Come on in, folks. This is the day the Lord hath made. Let us rejoice. Sunday morning, and here we are, coming together from near and far. We're unity, for
You
you.
made the shit. You put it on the bed, Mano Dorati.
Waiting for me every Sunday. I'm glad to see we're unity, for you and for me. My, we're so happy it's Sunday. It's our very own Unity Day. We're here where we belong with all of our family. We're unity, for you and for me. Sun is shining and I am too. I feel so happy. How about you? We're unity, for you and for me. We're so grateful that love abounds with the brothers and sisters all around. We're unity, for you and for me. We're so happy it's Sunday. It's our very own Unity Day. We're here where we belong with all of our family. We're unity, for you and for me. We're unity, for you and for me.
Hello? Yeah. Thank you, Jim. Wonderful. Whoops. No. All is well. Welcome, everyone, to Unity. Welcome to the first timers. We have one. And the old timers and the medium timers and the friends and family. I welcome everyone. May's power. May's power is power. And the message today is a very beautiful and deeply thought and felt message on power and compassion. In Unity, and we have 5 basic principles. Oh, okay, Lorraine. So some more welcome. Okay, here it says, we have friends on Zoom as well, and welcome to them. And it says, we celebrate the spirit of abundance, life, and love in our community. As we grow together, we learn the joys of giving as well as receiving from each other. Now, please join me in reading our 5 principles. Okay. God is all good and active in everything, everywhere. I am naturally good because God's divinity is in me and in everyone. I create my experiences by what I choose to think and believe. Through affirmative prayer and meditation, I connect with God and bring out the good in my life. I do and give my best by living the truth I know. I make a difference. And how do we do that difference? Well, It's when we practice being the change. That's sharing a smile or a kind word, paying attention to someone who looks lonely or sad, volunteering time and energy, and helping out, just simple helping out, inspiring people to make a positive change in the world, and most importantly, be the change that you want to have happen. We also do it by coexisting. You can see the panel on the slide when you come in the door, that we welcome all faith, all spiritual seekers from all walks of life. And now we welcome back Jim.
Keep telling you, wait till you hear the song. Might not be worth the clap. I hope this still works. Oh, yes, it does. All right, very quick story about this tune. Last Friday, week before Friday, a bunch of us who could be here came and we cleaned the place up. And it was a lot of fun, and it was a lot of hard work, and I slept for 2 days after. But it was great. And you know, I've spoken a number of times about the creative process, and people say, where do your songs come from? Like, well, you write all these songs, and how do you do that? And I've said that sometimes it's work. Sometimes you sit down and say, I need to write a song about this. But more often, it's just suddenly it's dancing in the back of my mind. And I was right out there about where Dave's sitting there, vacuuming. And I'm looking around, and the place is buzzing, and I'm thinking, there's a lot of work here to clean this place up. And a lot of work to clean the place up, and it wouldn't get done if we weren't all doing this together. You know, if we're just a couple of us here. At one point, Amber was in here steaming, and I was vacuuming, and I thought, it was just Amber and I here, we'd be here all week to get this done. And so the secret, obviously, is to share the load, which we did. And I'm vacuuming away, and suddenly that phrase just popped into my mind as you share the load, share the load, share the load. So I went and got my little notebook that I write in every Sunday in case I'm inspired, and I sat down, and this is what happened. When life has got you down and no pathway can be found to a place where you can lay your burden down. Share the load when things get rough. Share the load when times are tough. There's no reason you should carry it alone. Your spirit's always there along with all your friends who care. Don't fall beneath the burden, share the load. When your back is bending low and you have to keep on going, sometimes to and fro, and you need a hand. Look around, what do you see? Spirit, friends, and family, and all will happily take up the slack and help you stand. Share the load when things get rough. Share the load when times are tough. There's no reason you should carry it alone. Your spirit's always there along with all your friends who care. Don't fall beneath your burden, share the load. When the road is strewn with gravel and it's awfully travel, you're starting to unravel, share the load. Well, we know there's strength in numbers, and it leaves us unencumbered. If the load is rocks or lumber, or just a heavy heart, never fear to ask for aid. It's not a debt that must be paid. But when a plea for help is made, the ones who love you do their part. Share the load when things get rough. Share the load when times are tough. There's no reason you should carry it alone. The Spirit's always there along with all your friends who care. Don't fall beneath your burden, share the load. Share the load when things get rough. Share the load when times are tough. There's no reason you should carry it alone. Spirit's always there along with all your friends who care. Don't fall beneath your burden, share the load. Walk beneath your burden, share the Lord.
We're so blessed to have you, Jim. That is beautiful. Thank you. Checking the slides. Well, everyone is welcome to pray. Unity was founded on affirmative prayer 130 years ago. First, they did it by letter, and then they did it by telephone, and now they do it by telephone and even computer. So, we at Unity here at 501 Nelson, you'll notice there's a prayer box in the front. And we encourage anyone who has something on their heart or have someone they would like to pray for to take a slip from the back of the pouches on the chairs, or they're up here in front behind the box, and just write the name of the person you would like to have prayed for, or your own name. And we don't fill in the details because God knows the details. So, and slips that are put in the box will be prayed for a month by here at Unity, and then we send them on to Unity Village in the U.S., and they will pray for it for another month. Online, you can contact the 1-800-NOW-PRAY. I had to look it up, like 669-7729. They are 24/7, 365, and there's always somebody there, and they will pray with you. And many of us have done that. In fact, part of our prayer chaplain training was to do so. And so they are always available, because you're not always going to have those things on your heart when you're just sitting here or watching on Zoom. So, and then we also have our prayer chaplains. And today at 501 Unity, we have Lindsay. And Lindsay, can you stand up for just a sec so people can see? She will be at the back of the fellowship room. There's some orange steps, and there's a prayer room that's quite private, and you can meet with her. She will be available after the service. And online, we have Wilda. And if you'd like to contact Wilda, please just indicate so in the chat, and she will arrange a time to pray with you at the end of the service. So now we're going to join our hearts together in prayer. I invite you all to sit comfortably, relax in your chairs, letting the body tension go, feeling your feet on the ground, and takes a few moments to take deeper, slower breaths. Let your thoughts of the past or future, or what's going on outside, just let them go and be present, just being here with your breathing in the now. We open to the divine presence within and all around. Together with open hearts to God, our source, to you, in gratitude for all the blessings, however they come into our lives. We rest and trust in your divine love to guide us through all situations, whether new beginnings or endings or challenges, all joys. Much is happening in our world, and when we decide that there's action, we go within for guidance, and we confront staying grounded in compassion and in your presence. We endeavor to be a presence of peace wherever we are and wherever we go. We envision people living contentedly and harmoniously together in our families, our communities, our nations. We open to doing what is ours to do. We take a few moments now to whisper the name in our hearts or out whisper of those close to us for which we wish to pray. Janice. And this month we hold in prayer the Unity Spiritual Center, Windsor, Ontario, and all Canadian Unity ministers. We thank you, sweet Spirit, always with us. Amen. And now we have our platform assistant. No? I thought it was Dawn Briglio. You switched.
It's in my calendar for 2 months now. No, just kidding.
Okay.
It's me.
That's Renee. She's wonderful too.
I'm a little red today and purple. No. Good morning, everyone. How's everybody today? Good. Today's daily word is compassion. I clothe myself in thoughts of compassion. I may struggle to feel compassionate, especially when I feel angry. If another's hurtful words or hostile actions seem cruel or unjust, I may feel tempted to respond in kind. However, striking back does not end conflicts or heal relationships. Instead, as I turn within and feel the Christ mind dissolve my anger, I feel calm. At those breakthrough moments, I remember anger doesn't satisfy anyone or solve problems. Regardless of how justified I may feel expressing my upset, it is within my power to choose compassion instead. I will not reciprocate others' hostility. I will instead look beyond their anger to see their struggles. I need not approve their choice to see them as children of God today and every day. Clothe yourselves with compassion, kindness, humility, meekness, and patience. Colossians 3:12. Our speaker today is no stranger to us at Unity of London. An active member and past president of our board of directors, Pauline has been a prayer chaplain, student, and presenter of Unity Principles since 2012. As a writer, trainer, certified life coach, and certified LUT, Pauline presents us today with her message, Capture and Channel Communication Power. Welcome, Pauline.
Thank you. Nice color. Thank you very much, Renee. Welcome everyone to Unity of London. And welcome to Dawn, who was expecting to come up and ready to come up, and that says so much about our membership. And there she is smiling. She's not disgruntled, she's not mad, she's not put out. We here at Unity of London are a spiritual center. And you might wonder at my title about channeling communication power. That's not what it's about. I'll share with you that I need to send in my title several weeks ahead of my message. And sometimes the tone of the message changes significantly. And it did for me. And I give credit to a long conversation with me doing more of the talking than listening, I'm sorry to say, with someone earlier this week. I don't know if you, like many Unity members or many people out there outside our building, ever feel worried about speaking from the platform, worried about speaking to strangers you've never met, maybe stressed out about going to a party, and everybody seems to be having a great time, and you think, I'm not the life of the party. I've had all those feelings. But let me tell you that the title for today is not about power. It's about love and listening and they go hand in hand. And if you ever feel worried about speaking, you can always listen. That's the greatest gift you can give as a communicator. Now, I could stand up here with my back to you. That would really block off communication. I watch you, and when I'm watching you, I'm listening. Think of the people you most love to connect with. Are they not people who have the patience to listen? The compassion to hear you without judging? Jesus did that all the time. You think about Jesus' life on earth as recorded in the New Testament and the number of aggravations he had to endure as a communicator operating out of love. He endured insults, probably many threats way before he died. And he still emerged as a loving way shower for us years later. One of my favorite writers is James Dillett Freeman. He was the first poet laureate at Unity Worldwide. And he was also spiritual director at Silent Unity for many, many years. And I've invited one of our members to share a poem from his book called I Am God's Song. Just think about the title. Here comes Dorothy. And as she's coming up, think, if someone said to you, you are God's song, what would that do for you? Come on up here, Dorothy. And here's the microphone. And I need to tell you that I invited Dorothy to share this morning. I thought of phoning her earlier in the week and saying, Dorothy, how would you like to share something on Sunday? And I thought, no, I don't want her to be nervous ahead of time. And she's not nervous. When I invited her, she said, sure, Pauline, I'd be happy to.
And Pauline, it's listening to the speaking.
They'll be listening to your heart.
Okay. One step more. A hill is not too hard to climb. Taken one step at a time. One step is not too much to take. One try is not too much to make. One step, one try, one song, one smile will shortly stretch into a mile. And everything worthwhile was done by small steps taken one by one. To reach the goal you started for, take one step at a time, take one step more.
Is there more? Thank you. Thanks, dear Dorothy. I'll take this. And the reason I asked Dorothy, for those who don't know Dorothy, is that she has been taking one step at a time since her car accident. Living proof. One step at a time. How are you God's song? Think over the last week and imagine the times that you laughed with someone, smiled at someone, listened to someone at length. Or way back to last Friday when you joined our crew of cleaners. There's someone in this room today, and you will have a chance, if you open your hearts to meet this person during fellowship, someone who's never been here before. Good for you, Teresa. Good for you. Teresa's looking all around the room to see whose face is new, because Teresa is a member of Soho, that group that reaches out all the time. The group that we're part of that group. Did you know? We live in their neighborhood. So I saw all of you. Teresa was the only person who started to look around saying, where's the new person? Where's the new person? I want to connect. Oh, Teresa, you're amazing. I'm so glad you're here. Okay. So in this book, James Dillett Freeman has another little message. And I want to share it. And it's called Jesus, the One We All Might Be. The one we all might be saw through life's imperfections, through sickness and doubt, through poverty and fear, through hatred and pride, through death. And he called forth wholeness, faith, love, and life. He didn't deal with anything we're not called to deal with. Nothing. Everything that Jesus went through, some of you have gone through. Not your own death, but the death of people you love. How many of you have experienced fear? You don't have to put your hands up, it's okay. Or doubt, or poverty. And it may have been financial poverty, or it may have been poverty of spirit, where you felt so small, so insignificant. I don't think that Jesus felt small and insignificant, but we don't know, because he was human as well as being divine, just as you are all human as well as being divine. I love that message. And he goes on to say, he, meaning Jesus, showed us what life might be. Love to the utmost of its possibilities. He showed us what a person might be who held to the highest and best in himself or herself. I've never comprehended so much as when I read that about Jesus being our way shower. Rev Lori said it, and I shared with you once that she asked us to read during class, and I called it way shower. And she very gently corrected me and said, Pauline, it's way shower. He showed the way. And he also showered us with love. So today, I want to talk about some of his messages in the New Testament. One message in Luke talks about, it's a parable, and Jesus talked in parables a lot. And I was going to bring a prop, and I forgot. You know that I love props. How many of you have a lamp at home? It's okay, I'm not going to ask you to come up and talk about it. It's okay. So we all have lamps. And this was, I'll just paraphrase the parable. He said, why would you light your lamp and hide it under your bed? Let your light shine. Are you hiding your light of love, or your talent, or your ability, or your skill? Are you hiding it away because you don't want to look like because you're afraid of being judged? Period. I've done that. I'll bet some of you have done that. Hiding our light under the bed or in the cozy confines of our home, surrounded with the people we know and care about, is denying the world the gift of you. It's denying the world the gift of your divine presence, your love, your ability to share. You get to choose how you share, when you share, and what you get in return. Nancy stood up today. This was her first time as platform leader. And she didn't say, no, I can't do that. Well, that's not Nancy anyhow. She wouldn't say that. But she did take time to prepare. She took time to write copious notes. And then she came up and let her light shine. And while her light was shining, she let Jim's light shine. And while Jim was up here singing the most beautiful song about lightening our burdens and sharing our burdens, he gave a spiritual message in song. You can leave your light under the table for life. That's your choice, but I hope you won't do that. I brought a teeny weeny little book that I bought a long time ago when I was buying professional speaking books. It's by a man called Mike Lipkin, who lives in Toronto. It's called Keeper of the Flame. And I'm not going to read what's inside because it's his message. But if you were to create a teeny weeny little book, it only has a few pages. They're all in red. They're all numbered. And it goes up to, and there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No more than 5 words in each page. And there are 10. So my challenge to you is this week, if you want to, and I'll be away for the next 2 Sundays, so when I get back from out west, I would love to see a little teeny book from you with 10 points in it about how you share your light. If you were giving a message to someone and you were saying how they might share their light, what would you put in your message? If I were sharing it, I might say, number 1, love. Without judgment. Number 2, listen with patience. That's your challenge. You are the keeper of your light. You were given lights when you were born. You were given talents. You've gone through a lifetime. Sometimes, for some of us, it's quite a long lifetime. Some of you, a shorter lifetime. And in that life, you've had setbacks. You've felt blown to the side, ignored, scared, all the feelings that Jesus felt. But you're here today. You're in a room of other people who share positive energy and belief in you. The other little book that I have, and some of you know this little book, is The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. And this was a gift from Rev Lori, who was our minister. She gave it to each of us in our prayer chaplain retreat. So the prayer chaplains in training will say, Pauline, you didn't give us any little books. Sorry, I didn't have any to give. But when we have a retreat, our first retreat, I will find these by hook or, not by hook or by crook. I didn't say that. What a non-spiritual thing to say, but here's the third agreement, which I have my little bookmark in, and it is don't make assumptions. If we are to communicate with love and with absolute generous listening, we have got to stop making assumptions. I still make them. And then I have egg on my face when I have to go and say, oh, gee, sorry. I assumed something about someone. Or I judged someone. And we lose out on life if we do that. It's as though we walk around with things in our hands that we could put down, let go of, so we can be open with love and generous listening. I also have a book by a speaker I've invited in several times, and it's called Point of Power. I've taken at least one course with Rev Paul Hasselbeck, Reverend Dr. Paul Hasselbeck, who, for those of you who might not know, was a dentist by profession until he developed AIDS. He was treating a patient who came in who had AIDS, and by mistake, Dr. Hasselbeck punctured his own hand with the needle, and he developed AIDS. And when he developed it, it was years ago, but he overcame it and went on to become a speaker, the dean of the Spiritual Institute at Unity Worldwide in Kansas. So point of power, practical metaphysics, there's that word again, to help you transform your life and realize your magnificence. And in this book is a message that I needed to share with you today. And it's this. You and I, all of you, all of the world and I, are a point of power. Unique, unrepeatable expressions of an unlimited God. And whether you like the word God or divine presence or inner spirit or divine essence, your own interpretation of God is up to you. But I'm going to repeat it using his words. You and I are a point of power, unique, unrepeatable. Nobody can repeat you. You are one of a kind, and you're an expression of God, an unlimited God. And if we could, what would our world be like if you could communicate as that? If you could communicate with one another or with the people you meet outside our building, if you could communicate as a unique, unrepeatable expression of an unlimited God consistently, well, with some lapses along the way, but with that loving, generous, open spirit that Jesus always showed. It's interesting that when I open the New Testament, and I don't open it every day. I don't read the Bible every day. Parts of the Bible I don't like. But I do enjoy reading the New Testament. And there was one part of the New Testament where Jesus was giving advice. And it said 73 people he sent out. I thought, why 73? Maybe it was 70 or 80. And then I thought, Pauline, the number is not important. He sent out his apostles. And he was saying to his apostles, you know, when you go out there, don't expect that everybody will be kind and loving. They might treat you badly. But when you're out there visiting and you get to a new house, go into the house and say, peace be on this house. And then whatever they offer you to eat or drink, take willingly. If when you say, peace be on this house, someone in the house is not responding with peace, then just keep the peace within yourself. I thought, what a lovely little mini story. Because it's giving us a message for how we interact with other people. If someone invites you to their home, do you go stomping in and saying, oh, it doesn't look very clean in here. I don't think I like the looks of this house, and walk out? Of course you don't. That would be rude. You would walk in pleasantly and say hi, hope you're doing well, which is our expression maybe of peace be on this house. Can you share peace if you don't have it inside? It can be hard, can be difficult. And yet the act of visiting someone and offering peace generates more peace within you. And if someone offered you shrimp, would you say, ugh, no thank you, I don't eat shrimp? Or would you say, thank you for your kindness? I don't eat a lot of shrimp, so that came to my mind. Then you would take a tiny bit and say, thank you very much. So that interaction of hospitality, the receiving and the giving. It might sound ordinary, and I guess it is, but it's extraordinary in terms of what we bring to it. We bring our openness. We bring our lack of judgment. We bring the peace within. Opportunities to share. And what does all this have to do with capturing and channeling communication? Everything. I could have stood up and said, oh, when you stand up straight, use gestures, look at the audience. But that's not what this is about. So I'm going to give you a tiny, weeny little exercise right now. I invite Teresa, because I know she'd do this, just to go around this room quickly and find the person you've never seen before and greet that person. And while she's doing that, the rest of us are going to go and find somebody we don't normally see and give them a smile and a handshake. And we're communicating. Oh, good, thanks, Jim. I love that song. Yeah. Yeah. Teresa, were you successful?
I was. I needed some help because I didn't absolutely know everyone. So
All right.
Scott directed me in the right direction.
Oh, George helped. Okay. Scott helped. Well, I thought that worked really well. Congratulations to all of you. Oh, what would it be like if you went to your next gathering and nobody invited you to do what you just did? And you were a little bit nervous because everybody seemed to know each other. Would you be able to reach out to someone? I'll bet you would. Would you be able to reach out with a handshake, a smile, a word like, "So glad to see you"? We can do it here and we're comfortable here. Maybe so comfortable that sometimes we forget others may not be as comfortable. Are we as alert to people coming new to unity as we could be? Just a question, something to consider. Are we as alert to our opportunities when we are outside our building to be kind, to listen if we need to? I must say my husband showed great patience yesterday on our way to Niagara Falls. It was pouring rain, and once more he invited me to use the Google map on his phone. And once more, oh, you're right. And he's saying, "Pauline, just move your fingers like this." He's driving, meantime, in the pouring rain on 403. "Pauline, just all you have to do is move your fingers." He said, "You've done this before." I have never done it successfully before, ever. And I said, "Dan, why are you doing this to me?" Then he pulled over on the side of the highway and found it himself. But he was way more patient than a few times in the past when he's asked me to find. I share that because we're all works in progress, aren't we? What is truly in our best interest is doing the right thing. Listening and following the Christ within. Listening and following the Christ within. And being willing and open to seeing the Christ in others. We don't have the sole ownership. And at Unity, we don't think Unity has sole ownership. We welcome all faiths, all nationalities, all backgrounds, all people coming into our building. And we don't force them to say. We don't say, "Oh, if you don't come next week, ooh, 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 black mark on you." We never say that. We welcome them back. We hope they'll come back. But there is no shame and no guilt in unity. There is free choice, there is love, there is openness, hopefully demonstrated by all of us everywhere we go. We are emissaries of love, listening, and that light within. So what are you going to do this next week? Thank you, Dawn. Dawn got it. A teeny weeny little book. Teeny weeny. Only a few messages inside. And I want to thank Lorraine who created that lovely background for today. Thank you, Lorraine. She always says, Pauline, do you want a background? She did that this morning, and I said, oh yes, something. So she created it. Well, she found it and put it up there. So with that thought in mind, your loving heart just spreading, shining, let us go into meditation. I invite you to close your eyes if you're comfortable doing that, to relax your body into your chair, to feel the solid floor beneath your feet, to breathe in all the love and the openness that is in this room, to feel that warmth from the top of your head through your entire body, to realize that, as Dorothy shared in James Dillett Fillmore's poem, one small step. We have chances every day to take one more small step forward. We claim and affirm our connection with divine presence now. We let go any distractions, any negativity, any doubt that's in our mind. We clear our mind and just rest in the stillness and quiet of this moment. For the next few moments, I invite you to enjoy being still. Enjoy a deliberate realization of your divine presence. As we prepare to return, we bring with us the knowledge that we are, in fact, a point of power. Unique, unrepeatable expressions of an unlimited God. May we share that loving, listening presence wherever we go. And so it is, and so we let it be.
Wow, what a message, to be points of power in love, in our listening, in our ability to share. And I loved that, being love to its highest possibilities, that presence we can be with others when we're centered, and accessing that divine within and without. Thank you, Pauline. And now we have Jim coming up for another wonderful gift. Wonderful gift.
Pauline and I have a very special relationship. I hope Dan doesn't find out. No, we do. I've said this before here, that when Pauline speaks, many of you will feel the same. It always seems like she's talking right to me. It's like I'm the only one in the room. What she says just hits home time after time after time. This week, Pauline and I had some correspondence, email back and forth about a couple of things we were looking at. And she sent me, at the end of the correspondence, she sent me a nice little note and said whatever she said. But she said, I thought you might be interested in this. And it's, I don't know where it came from or who wrote it, but it was just a little meditation. And it was the most amazing thing. I talked before about you never know where the inspiration is going to come from. And, excuse me, I'm actually looking at the screen, and I'm seeing in my mind's eye, I'm not seeing on it, but in my mind's eye, I'm seeing the words move themselves around. And it was quite bizarre, actually. It was quite a bizarre thing. I can see them moving around. So this word is going over here, and then these are going over here, and then that's going here, and those are just going away. And 20 minutes later, I had this. So make of it what you will. Who did write that? Do you remember Pauline who wrote that?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Within my soul, I feel a presence, a glowing essence, deep in my core, a healing warmth that gently moves me, comforts and soothes me like none before. A tender touch that calms my fears, that dries my tears, points the way. It lets me know there is no guessing. I have the blessing of Spirit's love. Let pain be gone, let burdens lighten. The power of Spirit can do so much, and in its glow we feel the love, the power of the tender touch. Deep in my soul, where I was frightened, I am enlightened by Spirit's call. I face the day with strength to lift me, a special gift, a bright new dawn. Let pain be gone, let burdens lighten. The power of spirit can do so much. In its glow, we feel the love, the power of the tender touch. Remove the chains that drag you down. Instead, surround yourself with peace. Unlock the doors, embrace the light. Let go the night, and pain will cease. Prayer is the pathway to Spirit's power, whatever hour, it's always near. The power of love will change your life. There's no more strife when Spirit's here. Let pain be gone, let burdens lighten. The power of Spirit can do so much, and in its glow we feel the love, the power of the tender touch, Spirit's tender touch.
That was something. Thank you so much, Jim. That's a beautiful, beautiful song. Offering slide? Okay. The internet in this neighborhood sometimes bumps us. Okay. So, it is our sharing of talents, time, and treasures at Unity of London that keeps us thriving as a community. Kate and Renee are going to come and pass the basket, and we're asking you to pass the basket all along the aisle this time. If you could just let people take the basket and go back and forth, that'd be great. That's a new thing. And there are, right. It keeps us thriving as a spiritually uplifted and people and united in love and fellowship. There are many ways to share. Right now at 501 Nelson, we can do it, but we can also do it by MasterCard, Visa, or debit by the machine in the library. You can do it by check. You can use the Tithely site, or you can do an e-transfer, my personal favorite, to unityoflondon@hotmail.com. Okay, please join with me in the blessing. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Amen. Announcements. Okay. As you have been told, I am new at this. I am a new prayer chaplain. We have a bunch of them, and specifically Lindsay and Kate and myself and Lorraine, and we have a prayer challenge. We need practice, so in the next month, if any of you would like to come and pray with one of us at least once, that'd be great. That would be wonderful. And Lindsay's going to be the prayer chaplain today in the back up the orange steps. And it will help us. Thank you. The condo lottery. Hey, folks, we're in the second last week. So we got those ticket sales going. There are many ways to do it, and this condo lottery is a really good deal. 1 in 400 chance, and it is the money raised through the tickets is going to go to our music program, and it really helps us here at Unity. It's a very fundamental part. We have this condo donated by Lorraine and Chris. It is a 3-bedroom, 4-bath, sleeps 6 to 8 people. It has a kayak. It has a parking spot. It has full kitchen and laundry. It is just a wonderful vacation away. And so it's really worth the price, which is $25 for 1 ticket and $50 for 3. Now, the draw is next week on Mother's Day. And reminder to everybody to please bring in any of your tickets for next week. So that would be really tragic if you didn't bring your tickets and they weren't being drawn by the people you sold them to. But yes, we are looking forward to that. Sacred Circle. We have a new prezi, that is Chuck, and he is having a Sacred Circle at 12 every Sunday. And it is a chance for people to discuss and ask questions about spiritual matters, the service's message, an open forum. Everyone is welcome. And Chuck informs me that what stays in the circle stays in the circle. Also that there is a theme, if you want, for this week called Karma. So that's intriguing. And we do have fellowship starting at 11:30. So we're looking forward to having this new, we've tried it out too, right, Chuck? And it went well. So it's an option. Wednesday music nights. All right. So Dorothy, Lorraine, Chris, myself, we're pretty much there every single week because we wouldn't miss it. It is so great. And this coming week is going to be so much fun. It is the Backseat Girls and Friends. They are always, they just bring joy. And it starts at 7:30 and it's over at 9, and 9's too soon for me, but it gives you a chance to still get in, and if you have things to do the next day. And what a deal, $10 at the door. You can also, advance tickets, Jim Chapman at Rogers.com. If you do, please tell them what date you're sending your $10 in for. That'd be great. And then they write your name down and it's kept at the door. But yes, it's great. This Wednesday night music is just so much fun. Invite your friends. It really is important that we keep it going because it's been a blessing. And sometimes we get a crowd and other times it's a little sparse. So come on, Unity folks, let's support our guy. Now, we are going to actually join together in the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to actually all join together in a circle, and we form it around the outside of the chairs, and we're going to sing the peace song. Now, we're going to do something a little bit different. We are going to encourage people that would like to thank the speaker, Pauline, to do so in the fellowship room. And